Please listen carefully.
Hello, and welcome to the Hypothetical Siblings podcast. My name is Lainie.
My name is Nick.
And, sup, bruh?
Sup, dog?
Sup, dude?
Sup? Nah, dude!
Life's a beach and you're here, dude?
Nah!
How it goes it?
Oh, I do things first? Is that how it works? When you
does
host?
Does not have to be.
I did things. I did a lot of things. That's not true. I did a lot of things in a 24-hour period that was hectic and nightmarish, but nonetheless a good story, which is what we're here to tell. And therefore, I've heard content creators before, because that's what we are. We're official now, right? I've heard content creators before talk about, like, feeling like they're getting content, but in real life. So there's something's happening to them, and they're like, this sucks, but I get to go talk about this to all the strangers on the internet that follow me. So that happened for the first time, right? Someone made the comment during all the craziness of, hey, this will be a good story later. And I was like, this will be a good story on Sunday, motherfucker. And what is this story that happened, you may ask? Well, I went to the lake with a group of friends to go boating and drinking and do things, right? Oh my God, have there been so few trips in my life that have been so unbelievably just cursed from the get-go, right? So we get out there, and first we have to get the boat in the water. We get the boat in the water, and then the guy in the boat drives over to the actual campsite on the beach where we're going to be staying, and we take the cars and go around because the road's all jacked up. So we get over there, and I don't really remember what the sequence of events was. If we were trying to get the boat back up onto the trailer to pull it out and, like, let it drain. Yeah, no, that's what happened. So he pulls the boat up, we dump all our shit, we get ready to go on the boat, we go on the boat, and we get out of the lake, and it's doing a maximum of 15 miles an hour.
Wow.
And we're like, that's a problem, right? Open up the engine is flooding actively. Water coming into the boat. Shit. Go back to land, dump everyone off. Determine there is nothing to be done.
Yeah.
Anchor the boat, say fuck it, call it good, right? Come back later with the boat trailer now attached to his truck, like, hey, we'll just load it up here since the boat's fucked, we don't really want to drive it. I have never seen a car sink before.
What?
So, the particular lake is very muddy lake, right? There is sand, right? But it's more like there's about 4 inches of sand and then just sludge.
Just straight mud.
Now, the issue is this inverts once you go underwater. It's about 4 inches of mud and then it's all sand, right? So, weird bullshit. So, we back the truck with the trailer on it down to the water. And it's like, yeah, it's fine. Like, he's a little sinking, but it's not, like, deep, not undoable. And we go to keep going. And now, most of his back tires and his exhaust are underwater, right? And it's like,
right.
Still fine.
Right, because that's what you gotta do with the boat.
Well, and so the thing is as long as water doesn't get up the exhaust, as long as the car is on and pushing exhaust fumes out. Then you're okay, generally. And so we're kind of getting it in there, and the car is starting to sink. We're like, maybe let's not do this here. We'll just take our chances, drive the boat back over to where we did before, because that's a lot firmer ground. Car rolls forward. Doesn't roll forward. He gasses it. Car tries to roll forward, digs itself another 3 inches down.
Aw, shit.
Oh no. Drop the car in 4 low because we were in 4 high before. Car goes down. And the car just continues to go down until there is nowhere left for the car to go, because when he opens his driver's side door, the corner of the door is scraping the top of the water.
Oh my God.
And we're like, oh no. Oh no. And at the time, one of the other guys who had the other truck had driven away to go do something. We're like, listen, he'll get back We'll strap the tow cables onto his car. We'll get this bitch. No problem. High spirits, everybody. Well, friend gets back. Doesn't have any tow cables. So you know what we did have? 3 different kinds of rope made for towing people on the water on wakeboards and kneeboards and shit like that.
No.
So, now the boat is drowning. Slowly, but drowning. Sinking. The car is sinking. Not actively, but if you move it, it begins to sink more. And we have no way to get it out. And no cell service with which to call anybody. Not that we're out in the boonies, but like, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Right.
And a tow truck's not making it to where we are.
Right.
Long story short, takes about, I'm going to say, another 5 hours. And we finally, with the help of so we ended up tying several cars together in a conga line. And then strapping 2x4s to his wheels to make, like, effectively snowshoeing shoes.
Yeah.
And with all that, we were able to get his car out. We had to do the boat trailer by hand.
That's awful.
And you know what the worst part about all that is?
You got sunburned.
Well, yes, I got sunburnt to shit, but I'm white. This happens anyway.
What?
The worst part about all that is, so that was Saturday, and I had to leave to go to work Sunday. He gets in the boat to go to drive it around to pull it out. And he sees a switch. It says bilge pump.
Oh.
And he clicks that. And that boat empties that water and perks right the fuck up. And so they went boating while I was at work. And they were like, "It's great. I love wakeboarding." And I said, I'm gonna brain that boy. Just with whatever is closest, heaviest object. But all that happened, so then we sat and were sad and started drinking because whatever, what else do you do? And then a sandstorm hit and just destroyed our campsite. It shattered one of the awnings, the big like shades that we were using. All of the tents were in shambles. Thankfully, none of them broke as far as I'm aware, but like just pieces on the ground, right? Yeah. That was a time and a half.
Fucking A. Mother Nature really said...
She said,
not
not
for you.
today. But this is also one of the only times that I've just flat out played hooky from work. Right? So, there's part of me that feels karmically responsible. You know?
Yeah.
But, SOCKS. You know?
Yeah. For sure. Socks.
What else did I do? The Bumble game goes strong. I don't really have anything to write home about. I think I said last week that I had a date on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but sure.
Yeah, so I have a date on Wednesday, but maybe you already knew that. I went to work. People are buying weird shit now. Because it's all the people who aren't concerned about buying crazy, like everyone's been buying crazy, but are now... it's just strange. Like, there's weird combinations of stuff being bought. And, like, just weird situations where people are like... What scopes do you have in MOA, right? And MOA is a way to measure in the scope, right? Minutes of accuracy. And I only want an MOA scope, and then they buy an MRAD scope, which is a different measurement system. And they're like, this is the one that I wanted. And I'm like, what?
You're like, no, actually,
but then
really.
you'll ask them, you're like, I thought you wanted an MOA scope. They're like, it's not that important. And I'm like, what is going on? Right? And just people buying weird shit that's expensive that people don't normally buy, like really high-end, like bear traps and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So work goes on. School is starting up soon.
Which is, I'm actually excited for.
Because...
I just like to learn. But about what I get to choose.
Yeah, I guess I get that. I just don't... I like learning. I don't like school. I think it's something to do with the institution.
I understand. You know? It's like all that shit about standardized testing where it's like, fuck that. Like, why?
Fuck that. Have me do homework all year and then one giant fuck off test at the end, just like Harry Potter.
Right. Yeah, why? Like, what if you have testing anxiety?
Well,
you have like 100% of the class and then you
drop
get to the
that
test.
Bitch to 60.
Fucking, yeah.
40% or nothing.
I just want to say, You're an incredible storyteller, so congrats on that.
I appreciate that. I like to think that it's good to listen to me talk, but maybe that's just out of fear that I talk so much.
I just cannot. I mean, like, I'm decently okay at telling stories, but I just don't have that magic that you do.
And the problem is I'm a very long-winded storyteller, and so I'm constantly trying to hurry the story up while I'm telling it. And I'm getting better, but sometimes still I'm like, and I was wearing blue shoes that day, and I'm like, that does not matter even a little bit. But I'm glad that I told all these people now.
That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of my friends have listened and been like, Nick's voice is just. One of them said buttery smooth, so there's that for you.
Ooh.
But yeah, my my week was not nearly as interesting. One thing that was stupid that happened. So at my work, we take people's food because they're not allowed to bring it into the park, and so we hold it for them in like air conditioned place, whatever. And this guy who is like a regular kind of person that comes, we hold a cooler for him.
Yes.
He comes in to drop it off for the day, and he's like, hey, by the way, do you guys have this cooler? I left it here last time, blah, 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 whatever. And I go check, and we don't have it, so I tell him. And he comes back a couple times throughout the day to get to his cooler that we do have.
Yeah.
Fucking leaves it. Again. I'm like,
You
what?
said jack off.
Yeah.
Fucking stop believing coolers, Bill.
How do you forget? He's like a real adult man with children, and he said,
real
fuck
adult people
this.
forget things,
I know,
including
but
their
like,
children.
Yeah, including their children. But so, that was dumb. I just been kind of working. School, like Nick said, was gonna start today for K through 12, and then
there's
big fire
happening. And apparently big fire prevents schools. You know what doesn't prevent schools?
Pandemics.
But big fire, gotta keep the children away from that in the school that's not anywhere near the fire.
Yeah. Someone said, though, it's because lack of emergency responders. Because they're all fucking fighting the fire.
Okay.
So if there's an emergency at the school...
What is a firefighter gonna do at a school?
They're first responders. They're, like, always the ones that show up if something's bad.
I guess... I don't know. That seems like kind of some cockamamie bullshit.
But also a lot of teachers were out of commission because their houses are getting fucking burned down.
Oh, yeah, their houses might be burning. That's fair.
So, but not for us. We got another week until rough times, but it's okay. We got it.
We do have,
Yeah, we got it.
And all my classes are online anyway, so really nothing changes except I have to sit at my computer more.
Yeah. Yep, same. Nick and I finished Avatar: The Last Airbender today. Me for the first time.
I want to say, I just watched the last, 2 episodes with her.
Which is incredible. We watched the first episode. First 2 episodes of Legend of Korra. Which is,
seems different.
Is different, so I'm having trouble adjusting to it.
Well, I mean, you literally, within minutes went from one show to the other, where most people, I think, waited something like 3 years.
Right.
So.
Well, also, it's just, I loved Atlas so much that it's, I don't want to move on.
Right.
I want the storyline to continue with them.
Well, there are 2 comics that you can go read that continue the story of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I know.
As to where you can get those, I have no idea.
I bet I could find them.
You could probably find them.
I could find them.
Yeah.
As for this week, there's not much planned. Tomorrow I'm supposed to get pierced in my rook, which is very exciting. And I'm chilling. I really don't have much to do. I think everyone's kind of gearing up for school and work, and we'll see how it goes, I guess.
I have an exciting thing happening tomorrow. Well, 2 potentially exciting things.
What?
Tomorrow I got invited by some friends who, one of them is a licensed air balloon operator. And he's like, yeah, man, let's just go fly some fucking balloons tomorrow. It's great. It was great. It does kind of depend on how work goes tonight for me, though, because I'll work until 9:30, or later, maybe. And he said that we have to be at his house at 5 a.m., which means I have to wake up at, 4.
Right.
The other thing tomorrow, I mean, and that'll be cool because flying in a hot air balloon, right? The other thing tomorrow is that I had a friend approach me who, up until this point, has not, as you have previously put it, sinned very much in the capacity of drinking and smoking and general merrymaking. And she said, hey, listen, I got 3 days off. We're using one of them. We're going to drink. We're going to do the thing, right? So that's supposed to be tomorrow night, right? And that could go a variety of ways, but generally I think it will be good ways that goes. So that's exciting too.
That is very exciting.
I keep calling it her quince because I came up with that whilst drunk. She is the opposite of Hispanic and is very upset that I'm calling it her quince, but I will continue to do so. She's also 19, so not a quince.
Diez y nueve, but
yeah,
that's not catchy. That's not one syllable.
And then someone was like, well, what about a debut? And I was like, isn't that younger than a quince?
I have no fucking clue.
It's basically a Filipino quince.
Oh.
Because as we all know, the Philippines is the Latin part of Indonesia. It was part of the Spanish Empire.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Who? The Philippines?
The Spanish Empire.
Yeah, I mean, all empires. It's never a good thing. Yeah. Eternal or otherwise.
I forgot to mention that last night we watched a really good comedy special by Hannah Gatsby called Douglas, which I thought was really funny and kind of up my alley.
It's the most up your alley that anything's ever been. Like, I don't know how to explain it otherwise.
I don't know, man. New Girl is very up my alley as well.
But it's different. The context is different. There's a much more political context to Douglas.
And also, it's real life.
It is also real life. I mean, New Girl's basically real life.
Yeah. Also, she's Australian, which is so cool.
I could really listen. As long as you have an accent, you already have a free pass for me to listen to you for about half an hour.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. If the conversation is interesting, then it's not burning the accent past time, right? But as soon as I don't care about what you're saying anymore, I will still listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
Because guess what? People with accents sound fun.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, you're exotic.
Yeah. Also, it's like white people. It's like, come on, get out of here.
You mean Australians?
I mean...
Like you were listening to?
Right. I mean, like...
Or people from the UK.
I should have said Americans. Get out of here. It's like, I don't want to talk to you. Boring. Bless you.
Oh, God. That poor microphone. Sorry, everybody.
That's one of a dad sneeze.
Yeah, that one took a second to get out. Goddamn.
He really did.
Oh.
I don't know. I was going to say something interesting and then your sneeze derailed me.
I don't feel like you could just throw that out there. I don't feel like you can claim that without actually having said it.
Well,
you could say there was something that you thought was
That's
interesting.
like how do you prove you can't do something? Because you could just fake not doing it.
Wait,
you know what I mean?
Prove you can't do something by fake not doing it.
Right, because like, so if someone's like, you're this person and so you can do this, and you're like, no, I can't do that. But like, how do they prove that? Just like try and make you do it, but you can just fake not. You can just fake.
You're
not
saying that you want someone to accuse you of something you're incapable of doing, and then just by saying that you this is not the same situation that just happened. You're saying that then you would deny it because you don't want to do it right now or whatever.
Well, no, it's like you can't prove that you can't do something.
I understand.
Just like how I can't prove that I had an interesting thing to say but lost it because I
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but without... Oh, God damn it. I hate this.
It's the witch trials.
Do you even know what it was about?
No, I'm even further derailed.
Fucking brainlet. God damn it.
I'm even further derailed.
Oh.
Discreet.
Yeah?
Oh, I remember. It's not that interesting, but I want to watch horror movies all of a sudden.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's the literal opposite of everything that you're about.
No, not necessarily.
I mean, kind of, though.
Not necessarily.
Well, like weird murder, mystery, whatever. That's fine. That's you. Not horror.
But I really like the It movies.
But that's not the same.
Saw 1's great. Don't watch any of the other Saw movies. Well, Saw 2's okay.
The It movies are exemplary movies and are horror second. Yes?
I guess.
Which I think is why they are good as a movie. There's lots of horror movies that are a middling to good horror movie, but are bad movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess.
So I think that the It movies are easier to get into because they are still good.
They're hilarious.
Even without being scary, right?
Yeah.
So.
Also, I love Scream, though.
Yeah, but that's not...
They're like
it's
slasher.
not on the same...
I mean...
Yeah, but like dude with a knife. You're like, all right.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, see, because you and I agree that monsters are scarier.
Yes, because how are you... Oh, no, actually, I have known people that have told me that the more real-life stuff is scary, because they're like, there might be a guy under my bed ready to slash me.
Right.
There is not a killer clown. And I'm like, you don't know that.
Yeah, you don't fucking know that.
You don't know there's not a killer clown hiding in your basement.
Right. Well, and it's like, all the things, like, if you went face-to-face with, like, a vampire or a werewolf, something classic, you know, that most people are, like, have the, like, legendary defenses against, garlic, silver bullet, whatever.
Sure.
If that doesn't fucking work...
Yeah, how much silver you got in your house, pal?
Right. Well, and also, it's like, they come running after you, like a vampire, you get the garlic out, it doesn't do shit, you're dead. You don't know how to defend yourself.
As opposed to the variety of ways that Lainie knows how to kill a man.
Exactly. You know, it's easy to kill a person.
True.
Comparative to a monster, at least.
Yeah.
So.
I had a guy at work one time, we were talking about defensive options outside of guns, and he pulled out his pocket knife that was maybe 2 inches, if that, and goes, "This is really all you need." And then gestures toward his own throat, and I was like, okay, alright. Get away from me, sir.
You said, you're just a killer.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Go away. I don't feel safe around you right now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Like, have you watched Annabelle?
No. I saw the newer one with, like, the black shuck and shit in it.
I don't know. I haven't watched any of it. I was just wondering because apparently it's based off a true story.
Yeah.
And the Annabelle doll, it's like called the Warren House or whatever that was kept at.
So there's supposed to be... Isn't it part of it like... No, the nun and the one with the clapping are the two are connected, but they're not...
The Conjuring is Annabelle.
The Conjuring. That is Annabelle.
Yeah, that's...
So it goes, the nun is a prequel to Annabelle, then. Prequel to the Conjuring. And then there's the Conjuring 1 and 2, and Annabelle's in there
and
somewhere.
Annabelle Return Home and
sure,
blah, blah, blah.
Whatever,
well,
I know.
Anyway, Annabelle, the fucking doll, is gone.
No.
Yep.
Wait.
From the Warren. The actual real life...
Like the physical... No.
Is gone.
I don't want to live on this planet
I
anymore.
saw a news article that was like, Annabelle fucking escaped the Warren house.
No! No! This is the worst turn of events. And in this year, too?
And in this year! And then,
fuck.
I saw it last night, so of course I stayed up till like 2 a.m. fucking worrying about it.
That's why you were up so late. I got a fucking TikTok at 1 a.m. and I'm like, what the hell is that girl doing?
I saw it and I sent it to my friends and I said, oh God. And then I was gonna look up where the house was because I was
Nope. Don't do that to yourself.
But I didn't because I was like, because I was trying to make myself feel better of like, how close is it? Am I okay?
What is the effective range of a murderous doll?
Well, I can make up rules in my own head, right? Of like...
They can't rent a cab. They're a doll.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I was having a hard time last night. See, this is why I shouldn't watch horror movies.
Because then you'll be like, I need to hang 17 things on my doorway.
Right, but also there's just something in me right now that's like, I would like to watch this. And so we'll see where that goes. I mean, I still have nightmares about Pennywise all the time, and I don't think it was that scary. I mean, it was, like, disturbing, but, like, I was justifying it in my head because I was like, I'm old. Pennywise goes after, like, children.
I mean, minus that, like, 20-something-year-old guy that he eats in the start of the second movie.
I don't know why I just got scared.
You're really just freaking you. It's the middle of the day.
He did eat that 20... I forgot about that. That was kind of like out of desperation.
Opportunistic feeding.
Yeah, because he was already kind of like dead on the verge of that. Also, you know when you just start a fucking movie with a hate crime?
I mean, yeah.
What the fuck?
You know.
I hate it. Pennywise the homophobic clown.
I don't feel like he's homophobic.
What? What? Did you watch the second movie?
I think it'd be homophobic to not eat the gay. You know? If you think about it, it's more inclusive because he doesn't care who it is that he's eating. Yeah. The hate crime is those 3 motherfuckers beating the shit out of him and throwing him off a bridge.
But all that shit that he did to Richie.
What are we? Where he's like terrorizing him. It doesn't care what the fear is about.
I guess. Everyone said Babadook was a gay icon and that him and Pennywise were together.
We browse very different parts of the internet.
Which also I'm not going to watch the Babadook because fuck kids, am I right?
Yeah.
But...
Isn't the Babadook just like a metaphor for schizophrenia?
I don't know. Did you watch ever The Turning?
No.
It's really confusing.
Alright.
I also think it's something to do with mental illness. But...
Did you ever watch Split?
Yes, and I really liked it.
It was really good, but I had like a weird nervous breakdown afterwards.
James McAvoy is super cool.
Yeah, he is.
Also love that he's Scottish, ?
I don't know, he's something like that.
How do you know if you're Scottish or Irish?
What? I mean, it's where you're from. They're 2 different places.
Well, but like, could you tell if someone was just talking?
Yeah. The Scottish is like the aggressive, like, right? Where the Irish is like the lighter, I mean, if we're just being fully, against all cultures, hoity-toity,
Okay.
Here. Irish are hobbits. Scottish is brave. Does that help kind of distinguish them?
I think so.
Okay.
I know, like, the cultures are very different. Like, in my head, they're very separate. But the accent, for whatever reason, is in my mind.
You'd be able to hear it. Yeah.
I think so, too. But, like, what's Mike Myers?
I think he's Scottish.
Also, I'm just going to say this right now. Isn't that the name of a bad guy?
No, Mike Myers is the guy with the mask. The
dun, 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 dun. The Halloween,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But
that is also the real
name.
person, yes.
Okay. See, that confused me for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Bill Murray and Tom Hanks. Okay,
apparently we got that wrong, by the way, when we were talking about that last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. And we were talking about Big. We got the wrong one. We said it was Bill Murray and it was Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Shit.
Forever the same.
Yeah.
Never different.
Except I would like Tom Hanks to be my grandpa.
Oh, but not Bill Murray?
I don't know him.
As opposed to Tom Hanks, who you have brunch with every other Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right.
Seeing him tomorrow.
Sick.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Should we take our break there? This is a new thing we're doing, by the way. We're just taking a break in the middle of the podcast so that we can not sweat
to death.
Yeah, to death, and not to get food and things and use the restroom. So we'll be back to you guys in a minute. Come back at you.
Welcome back, everybody. So we have
a topic.
A new interesting topic, and that topic is: what if you woke up in the body of a celebrity / like rock star? Just somebody famous.
Mm-hmm.
And all the intricacies that come with that, and the issues, and we have to talk about like certain things. So,
okay. Certain things.
Like, if I woke up and who's a cool singer person to wake up as?
Bruno Mars.
Okay. If I woke up as Bruno Mars, could I sing still?
Well, are you in his body?
Yeah.
His body has the capability, whether or not you have the know-how of how to use it.
Right. So, like, if I just tried. Because, like, I'm not very, like, on key, per se. But, like, I'm not awful. I'm not tone deaf. Like, I have some friends who just cannot...
Kid don't understand.
Yeah, for nothing.
They can't do it.
Whereas I like to think that I can pretty much get with the program.
Yeah, at least roughly.
Right. So, do you think it would be rough still?
I think it'd still be rough. I don't think it'd be perfect, but you're also... Here's my thing. You're a famous in this case, if you're Bruno Mars, you're a famous Bruno Mars. Fuck doing anything else. I'm just going to be rich. Like, I don't know how long this is going to last. Maybe forever, maybe not. I'm cool to sit in this giant fuck-off house.
Right. Does Bruno Mars then become you?
I hope not.
Like, it's like that.
I don't feel like Bruno Mars would do well with this situation. I'm just throwing that out there.
I agree with that. I was just thinking because... Remember that Fairly Odd Parents episode where Timmy and Chip Skylar traded places?
Yes.
Yeah. Totally like that.
So, is this like a Freaky Friday then? Like, you become the person and it is your, like, mind and spirit, but for all intents and purposes to anyone looking at you, to hearing you, you are them.
Yes.
Fuck. Because if all of a sudden, I don't know what Bruno Mars is like, and like I walked in and was Bruno Mars. What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, what is Bruno Mars? Like, what if you walked in and like you gotta have an assistant, right? Like he's gotta have one.
Mm-hmm.
I just know it.
Alright.
And so what if you walk and your assistant's all like timid and stuff as if you're an asshole?
Or you're like, it's okay, Brianna, and she's like, don't hit me again, sir. And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Right, yeah. You're like, hey, good morning, whatever.
And they're looking at you out of the corner of their eye like, what's going on?
Yeah, like, who the fuck are you? Meanwhile, like, you back home, wake up, or Bruno Mars wakes up
and it's
as
like,
you.
what in the goddamn fuck? Well, for him, I mean, because he's like, is he black?
Short. Yeah.
Yeah. So he looks down, he's like, what is this?
Also, he's short.
Is he?
He's pretty short.
What is short? Name it for the world right now. What is considered short?
Well, for a guy, I think he's like 5'6".
That is little. That's a little man.
I mean, that's fake. I don't know yet, but
I don't know. That feels real. If we walk it back from this Bruno Mars example, zoom out a little bit. Because you said a famous person, right? Hold on. We have breaking news on how tall Bruno Mars is.
He's 5'5".
Wow.
He's shorter than me.
What a little homie. Rough.
Okay.
On a side note, that Hannah Montana episode where she explicitly doesn't date the guy because he's short,
yeah.
Hannah Montana's a piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck you, Hannah Montana.
Especially after she went and had like a great time with him and it was fantastic, and then she's like, nah, but you're gross though.
Yeah, because you're short.
And there was no redeeming quality to the episode.
Right.
And she's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
But you said just famous person, so this doesn't need to be like skill. Like I'm saying, you could be like a politician.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what if you woke up and you're Nancy Pelosi now?
No.
Well, it's definitely a downgrade in terms of the looks.
Do you think that if I woke up as Donald Trump and killed myself, he would stay dead?
I feel like he stays in your body.
Jesus Christ. Fucking
What
no.
if Donald Trump was a 19-year-old girl? Would that solve the problems?
Jesus Christ. I would just... Oh my god. See, because that doesn't really help anything. Because he's still alive and a piece of shit, but just in my body.
Do I have permission to kill you if I think you're Donald Trump?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
But we have to get you checked out first, because if it's some, like, fucking tumor making you delusional
I'm thinking that you're Donald Trump,
then, you know. But if you're all sane...
Just don't intersperse your sentences with long pauses and okay. And then we'll be
yeah,
fine.
do you think that he knows only how to talk one way? So, like...
Well, yeah, because the cadence would be the same, but it'd be your voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is...
It'd be like me going, okay. I mean, we're just going to talk like this. Beautiful, beautiful men. Right. And you're like, what? That's weird. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck are you?
What's going on?
Yeah. And then everyone would be like, Lainie thinks she's Donald Trump.
But yeah, I think it'd be
actually him.
Way better thing, way better situation for really everyone. Because whoever gets swapped to our bodies, sorry about it, man. It's not great. You know?
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but they don't have the relationship to all the people that we have relationships to, and that's like the biggest part of my life.
Yeah.
So they have not a lot of money. They have to go through college again in a place they might have never been.
Right. Or they haven't gone through college at all. Like,
yeah, depending on which one, I suppose.
Which celebrity, yeah. And they're like, what the fuck is this?
I'd be down to wake up as Chris Pratt.
Yo, me too. I was gonna say, never mind. I would like to wake up
I feel like Chris Pratt could play me. I feel like he could figure it out.
Oh, yeah, he could play you. Who could play me? Who am I?
I don't...
I would like to wake up as Matthew Gray Goobler, who plays Spencer Reed on Criminal Minds.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a freak and I would really enjoy his life. And I think that he would do all right here.
Ariana Grande before she decided that she was not the person that she was. Like Cat. Yeah. Yeah. Cat era Ariana Grande.
I want to wake up as the guy who plays Robbie. His name's Matthew or something.
No, you want to wake up as like Finn Wolfhard or something. That's who you want to wake up as.
He's way cooler than me though, so like his band would be like, hey, let's go, and I'd be like, I've never touched a guitar before.
You said, what is this?
Yeah.
Hold it like upside down. Is this a mandolin?
Yeah. And
I've only ever read about them.
Also, he's one of those people who like is really into movies, which makes sense because he's an actor.
Sure.
But like his like favorite kind of stuff is shit that
is like crazy ass foreign films and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that like I've never heard of before, and like he has favorite directors, and like, you know, he just is so much in the know about that. Whereas I'm like, I paid to go watch the Emoji Movie, you know what I mean?
To be fair, it is only a person of culture that pays to go watch the Emoji Movie. All right.
I have watched it twice. The second time, of my own will, on Netflix. I don't remember who I was with, but it happened.
Proud. So yeah, I think that the good way to be would be to end up as like someone who's not contractually obligated or morally inclined to lead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because if I'm like fucking...
Even a low-level politician, I don't think I could handle that shit because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Steve Sisolak.
Not that they know what they're talking about.
But
you know?
I would like to wake up... Or like, I was thinking about this before we started. Like, you know Steven Tyler?
Yes. The Scarfs.
The Scarfs and Aerosmith?
Don't expose ourselves.
Okay.
Tread carefully away.
Well, he at least used to be very addicted to heroin.
Sure.
What if you wake up...
And you're addicted to heroin?
Yeah.
But it used to be, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, because I don't know who's addicted to what.
True. What if you just wake up and there's, like, meth on your table and you're like, oh, shit.
Right. Well, and, like, I wouldn't know how to use meth.
What if you wake up as, like, some C-list actor that you have no idea who they are? I feel like that's the best, because then at least you're, like, on a list, right?
Yeah,
so you have to have some kind of money.
Right.
You're mediocrely famous.
I want to wake up as Roderick.
From the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies? You sick fuck.
He's on the 100, which is a show.
Oh, like you, mom, and dad have been watching, right?
Yeah, we watched, like, not a lot of episodes, but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. Do you think, because again, my ideal situation is you wake up and you're an actor and you're like, you know what, fuck this acting, I've had a change of heart, and then you just be rich, right? But what if you woke up as like someone who is in the middle of shooting a movie? Because you are contractually obligated to finish it.
Right, well, and also you're like, a lot of the time you're on location, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, well, depending on what it is, but yeah.
Like, a ton of shit is filmed in Canada for some reason.
A lot of different just places.
Right, so you could just wake up somewhere like that and, like, I don't know if they stay in their trailers or what, but, like, you wake up and they're like, day whatever of fucking shooting, and you're like, holy shit.
You can just hope to God that it's either schlock that is being filmed so they can keep paying their bills, or that it's something that you have some kind of grasp on, like a Marvel, a Star Wars, something popular, right? Like, if I woke up as some side piece actor on the set of the Kenobi movie, I'd be like, no, I can do this. Yeah. We can figure this out, you know?
But the thing is, the lines.
Memorize them.
Well, but you're
supposed to have already memorized them.
Knows them. Or, like, if you're in the middle of shooting, you should, right? So, they're just like, here, start this scene, and you're like,
you're like, bleh.
Yeah.
So here's what you have to do: is if you really catch on quickly enough, vomit, pretend to pass out, and then act like there's some horrible thing that has happened to your body.
Yes.
Like you have some high grade amnesia or something like that, because then. Because you won't know what their parents look like. So your parents come to visit you in the hospital, and they're like, hi, honey. And you're like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. Me, like, hitting the nurse button, being like, fuck. Who are these people? Me. I'm gonna do that.
Excellent.
Well, and what if you just wake up as somebody, like, the opposite of you? I would say Bruno Mars for you is a pretty good.
Is the opposite? Because he's short, black,
that's
a talented
like a good
person.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
So
why is that a question? I feel like I'm...
inches.
6?
6.
No. 7.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Good 7-inch height difference between you guys.
What does the world look like?
7 inches shorter.
Thank you. Well, no, the world is 7 inches taller.
Oh, yeah. Fucking wild.
Bad.
Or it's like who would I wake up as? The Rock.
That is your opposite? Yeah, I mean, it'd be some giant, beefy man's man. But, like, not The Rock, then. Like, it'd be The Rock's shape, but not The Rock's soul.
Yeah, true, because he's...
like...
a dork.
I don't know.
I don't know who's a big, beefy man's man.
Who's, like, an anti-ally... like, you know...
Yeah, like, conservative
the
kind of, you mean?
The straightest straight man, you know?
Straightest straight man. I don't know. Usually when they're that straight, it's like, well... you're probably just repressed, you know?
Oh, God. But yeah, like someone... God damn it, why can I not think of anybody?
I don't know. Who's the guy... oh, I can fucking picture him, but I don't know his name. Never mind then, I guess.
Charlie Sheen. Back from the grave.
Charlie Sheen.
Because, like, again...
I drink tiger blood.
Yeah. God damn, remember that? Is he alive?
No.
He died, right?
I think he died.
Alright.
Didn't he get, like, hit by a train?
No, that was what happened to him on the show that he was
on.
on.
2.5 minutes.
Yes. No, real life, I think he just OD'd on something.
Yeah.
But...
well, because you just wouldn't know how to control your body. Like, if you're gigantic...
yeah, you'd be knocking shit over all the time.
Right. Well, and also, like, what if you're really strong... yeah. And you go to, like, hold
grab
something,
a cup
and you just shatter it. Yeah.
Lenny's like, I don't know my own power.
Or, like, you know when you have to try hard to open, like, the freezer?
Sure.
Like, you just fucking...
well, you have to use some force, but you don't have to fucking throw your body weight against it, like, you know?
I don't know who you are, but clearly stronger than me.
Body weight to open the freezer?
Yeah. Well, that's partially because the vacuum, right?
Well, yeah. There's a pop there, but it's not like...
yeah. And you're like, and you just break it. But I still know Mom's phone number and Dad's phone number. And I could be like...
come open the freezer for me?
no, as a celebrity.
Oh, jeez. They're not going to answer.
Why?
Because why would they answer some... do you answer random phone calls? Sometimes I do, just to scream into the mic.
Oh. I don't, but if I left a voicemail...
here's the thing. If they call and leave a voicemail, then obviously I'll check out the voicemail. If they call and don't leave a voicemail but call multiple times, I'll definitely pick up the second time. But the first time is always the mood that I'm in. Right? So if Mom or Dad got a call from some random number, they would probably deny it. In which case you'd have to either leave a voicemail and be like, hi, this is Emily Nelson, I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right? Or, I don't, like, fucking just keep calling until she picks up and then try to convince her that you're Lainie.
Right. I would have to start spouting some shit, and then she'd be like, you're a fucking stalker.
Yeah, true.
Hang up.
You would have to do that thing. Or, like, use your money and fame to be like, hey, your son Nicholas was randomly chosen to receive a scholarship from my foundation, so I showed up at your house.
Yeah.
Also, I'm your daughter.
Yeah. Also, fucking help me.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. If I was somebody I didn't like, I would just start going on social media and, like...
no, not even social media.
Fucking shit up.
Nah, fuck it. I don't want direct statements. I just want action. I want, like, crashed cars, burning buildings.
well, I don't want to crash a car.
I want to crash a car. Just a little bit, though.
I'm
Soft
scared
crash.
to crash a car.
Well, I mean, that's good. That's your body wanting to
Unless
stay
you
alive.
can do that thing where you, like, jump out at the last second.
That's not... No. That gets you more hurt.
Doesn't seem like it.
That's definitely not... How fast are you crashing this car? And off of or into what?
What if I was going, like, 5 miles?
You just, like, threw yourself, and the car just kind of bumps into the house, and you're, like, rolling down the street.
That would be hilarious. Oh, God. That'd be hilarious.
But if you throw yourself out of a car going 30 and just roll along the asphalt, you're going to be more fucked up than if you just crash in, like, a light post. I mean, assuming that you do it correctly, right? Like, if you have a bad crash, you're just dead, whatever.
Right.
Like, there's no saving you.
Right.
How many celebrities and or politicians do you think have the capacity anymore to just be a normal person?
I don't know, because all I think about, so, like, we are completely removed from that world. There is not one person that we know that is even remotely famous.
I mean, like, friends of grandpas of friends and stuff like that.
Right, but, like, even then it's, like,
acquaintances,
kind of, you know? Like, the closest we got is the degrees of separation or, like, our dad being on the news.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah.
So we just cannot fathom that. But all I think of is that one part of the John Mulaney special where he talks about interacting with Mick Jagger. Do you remember that?
Yes,
and
correct.
He's like, if I asked for a Coke in the way that he does, I would get fucking...
Like, punched in the mouth, yeah.
But he's Mick Jagger, and that's how his life is.
Yeah.
Like, when you have crowds of thousands of people cheering for you, that's gonna change you.
Yeah.
No matter who you are.
Because regardless of who you are, you're like, I must be pretty good if all these people are cheering for me.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And that over time just poisons your mind like some kind of fucking dragon sickness.
Exactly. So even the celebrities that are the best seemingly, you know, personality-wise or morally, are even tainted by that.
Right. Well, and again, I think that the celebrity is just gravy, but even the idea of just having fuck you money.
Right.
Right? That to come back and look at my bank account and be like, oh, I can't just do whatever,
right.
You know?
Like, you think about people that get worried when their bank account drops below 10 million, and then I look at my friends and I'm like, one of my friends gets worried when her bank account has $4 in it. Like,
what was the one of our friends said one time where he looked and it said like 73 cents and he was like, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, the difference is just crazy.
I mean, again, it's how there's no context for it.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I think, because what level do you think you have to be at before you just forget how to be a person? Like, is it a certain amount of money? Is it a certain amount of notoriety?
I think that it depends on you as a person, because I'm sure that there are some low-level celebrities that are acting like that they're the shit.
Oh, that are just, like, way up, like, oh, I'm famous now.
Right. Whereas, like, there are some higher celebrities who are probably more down-to-earth for sure. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, in my mind, Kristen Bell has always seemed like a relatively normal person.
Is that the...
She plays...
Bella in Twilight one?
Nope,
or is
that's
that Kirsten Dunst?
No, that's another person also. She's... Oh my god, what's her last name? Everyone's shouting into their phones right now, being like...
We're sorry that we don't know celebrities' names. I couldn't be bothered to care.
No, Kristen Bell is Anna from Frozen.
I don't know what that person looks like. I just know the voice. Oh, is it the blonde one?
Yeah, she's the main girl of The Good Place.
So who's Kirsten Dunst then?
She's...
Or is it Kirsten?
She's another famous
person. The whole Kirsten... No, wait. Yeah, Kirsten.
Oh, she's MJ in Tobey Maguire Harry Potter.
Tobey Maguire Harry Potter. Absolutely.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yes,
were you still struggling? I thought you corrected, like you knew the mistake that you made.
I knew it was a mistake, but I didn't know.
Jesus.
Bella is Kristen Stewart.
No, but Kirsten Stewart or Kristen Stewart?
Kristen.
Because there's Kristen, Kirsten.
Yeah, I know.
And they're all far too close.
All of the ones we've talked about in the three of them
Yeah.
are all Kristen.
They're all Kristen?
Yeah.
Kristen Dunst?
Maybe I'm stupid.
Motherfucker.
Hold on.
This is the nightmare. But yeah, what if you're in like a relationship with somebody famous?
Kirsten is Dunst.
Kirsten
but the other
Dunst.
one are Kristen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what
like,
if you're in...
What if you're like, you wake up and you're, you know, you're Brad Pitt's wife now. And you're just like, ha!
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
or I don't know.
someone shitty. Like, what if you're Justin Bieber's wife, Haley?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
That's a bad one.
Yeah. I would be like, don't fucking touch me, you gremlin.
Confirmed gremlin.
Confirmed gremlin.
I mean, because I think you have to wait it out, though. Because that's obviously the life that the person made for themselves, whether they want to be in it or not, right? But what if it's just a day, and then you switch back, and you've, like, divorced Justin Bieber, and now the Haley What's-Your-Face goes back and is like, What do you mean I divorced you? What are you talking about?
Right. It's always, I think that if you're ever in a pickle, you just have to act insane. Because that's the only way that, like, you
That's
sort
the title
of
right there.
Things.
Oh my, if you're ever in a pickle, just act insane. Jesus.
Because, like, there's some forgiveness if you're sick, right?
Yeah.
But if you're just being an asshole or whatever,
Yeah.
then there's no going back. Or maybe there is, but it depends how far you went, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I don't know. I keep thinking about what if I was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That'd be cool. He's kind of getting old, though.
Right.
So he's still strong, but he's old man strong now.
Yeah. Also, his daughter is married to Chris Pratt, and they just had a baby.
Sick.
So that'd be cool.
That'd be a dope family to be a part of.
And you'd say, I'm Grandpa, but in his accent, which I can't do.
Yeah, you can. I've actually never heard a female voice try to do the Schwarzenegger accent until like a week ago. Oh. It was weird, man. Because she was kind of on it, too. But it was just, there was just something different, you know?
I can't hear it, because all the things that he does aren't things that I choose to watch, really.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, also they're all older than you.
Right. But, like, if the Terminator came out right now, I'd be like, I don't really want to watch that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's all the garbage Terminator now anyway. Because there was 1, 2, and even 3, I think. And then I think there were 2 more movies after that are... It's Salvation and something else. But, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, celebrities are good at being celebrities. Politicians are generally good at being politicians. We are not good at doing either.
Yeah. We could probably do the charming part if we weren't freaked out too much, but the actual skill part...
Do you think part of your, like, psyche would break and you'd be like, oh, you're right, I am Chris Pratt, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Like that you're like, did I really just, like, imagine everything that happened?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, just a super elaborate fucking dream.
Right.
Or whatever, yeah. Fuck. What if you were a football player?
That'd be a bad one. I'd quit.
I'd not know any. I literally don't know anything about football except to get to the other side. Like,
you don't know any of the rules?
No, I don't. Like, I'm being serious. I'm not like feigning no, you know, I seriously don't know anything. Like, I don't know what a down is. I thought that a touchdown was 7 points, but it's not, because there's the kicking thing, which is 1 point, which doesn't make any sense. Where did that come from? So,
There's part of me that wants to, like, sit here and explain football to you, but do it incorrectly. So that you just have you're like, oh, look at that punt, and it's just like a regular play. And they're like, what are you talking about? Or like tell you a touchdown is where they kick it through the thing, and a field goal is where they score a touchdown.
I know that much.
Because it's on the field, so why would they not call it a field goal?
Call it...
The mysteries continue.
That'd be a hard life.
That would be... To be a football player? Yeah, fuck that.
I would just tell someone to, like, break my arm.
Just every season?
Just fucking put me out of commission.
Like, oh no.
And then be like... my personal, like, trainer or whatever.
But you're still, like, expected to go and, like, be there.
I can be there.
Yeah, you and the boys.
I can fake being a boy.
Yeah?
And be like, ugh!
Is that how we go? Is that how we do?
Well, if you're a professional football player.
Yeah, that might be a little bit more huh.
Yeah.
Sick. All right. Well, what do you think? Is that a good synopsis of the disparity between celebrity and non?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's
Poor
just...
Bruno Mars, man. I feel so bad.
I mean, he does have an incredible voice, though.
You're right. He has an incredible voice and life.
Right, and it's real. Like, he's not one of those singers that, like...
As far as you know.
We've seen him.
That's true. We saw him before he blew up.
But he's an actual... I believe that he's an actual singer. Not like some people who, like...
You're like,
aren't good live because the editing process kind of thing.
I thought you meant, like, as a performer.
Right. I think that it takes a lot of levels to be kind of a rock star or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you're really good at performing, there's forgiveness for your voice. Yeah. And other way around as well.
Right.
But I believe in Bruno Mars for sure.
Excellent. Come on, host. You can do it.
What are you telling me to do?
End the podcast.
Oh.
But do the thing that we have to do before we end the podcast.
Well, thank you so much for listening. And check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube.
I always want to say Facebook. We don't have a Facebook.
We could make a Facebook.
I don't want to make a Facebook.
Yeah, I don't want to make a Facebook.
We're not making a Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Insta. And this thing that you're listening to it on.
And if you would like to email us, our email is
hypotheticalsiblings@gmail.com. That's hypothetical, HYPOTHETICAL, siblings, SIBLINGS, @gmail.com.
Thanks and have a good week.
You guys have a good week. Remember to check us out on YouTube this week. There is a bonus clip from a failed start of this podcast that should be coming in the next couple of days or so. I think you guys will enjoy it. Bye, everybody.